Hey guys, Danny here this evening to talk about the third book in Mercedes Lackey's Hunter trilogy. Sorry, I got it kind of mixed up there. Apologize for that. The name of the book is Apex. This book, and it says if you read the previews and the publisher summary, this is the third book in a trilogy. Does not feel like the end of the series. So this may be a trilogy that is encased in a larger series. It may not be. I'm not friends with the author. I'm not, in on any of her thoughts or anything like that. So I don't know. That's just the way the book feels to me. You have a main protagonist, a definite enemy of Joy's that she defeats at the end of the book, and it's a major enemy. However, we didn't even find out about this protagonist until partway through book 2. This protagonist wasn't there in book 1. There are other people that have been protagonists throughout that at the end of this book, they escape. So that's what leaves you kind of feeling like, well, there could be more to this. It's not the story's over and now every problem has been solved and they're just going to live happily ever after kind of a book, which is why it feels like it could be a trilogy encased in a larger series. That being said, it is my favorite of the 3 books. This book grabbed me, hooked me, pulled me in, held me through to the very, very end. There were some surprises along the way. There were some reveals along the way. Her boyfriend, can she actually trust him? The side that is her boyfriend, or is he there to spy on her? That is conclusively decided by the end of the book, and that's one of the things that I really like is the way the author handled that. The end of the book, there's this big major battle, and you're thinking that there's several battles in the book where you get to feeling like they're outclassed and they're outnumbered and they're going to be overwhelmed, and then something happens or someone comes to the rescue. But there's one at the end of the book in particular to where the author does an excellent job. They're done for. They're dead. I don't see where hope can come from. I'm thinking about all of their allies, all of their enemies who could possibly turn, and I'm not seeing anywhere where help can come. And then now in book 2, Joy learns some things about the hounds that nobody else knew. And there's this new power between the hunters and their hounds that is revealed in book 2. Here it is at that point. There's a new revelation that comes in. They don't get rescued. They rescue themselves because they discover a new power that they did not know that they had. And it's a lot of fun when it builds and it builds and it builds. And then when finally it happens, you're like, oh, yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. Stuck with the same narrator. Very, very important in a series that authors stick with the same narrator. Nothing is worse than getting used to the narrator as the voice of a series, and then all of a sudden, especially on the last book, they switch narrators for whatever reason. It totally ruins it. Not a problem here. Same as with the other 2 books. There's no language. There's no adult situations. Perfectly fine to listen to around kids. My boys would have loved this series when they were younger. I have a nephew, Caleb. He likes to get a lot of, suggestions from me. He's on Audible as well. And he's always, what's another one? And we went up to watch a football game. I'm back to watching football now that all the protest malarkey is over and they're back to playing football. I'm back to really enjoying football. Thank you very much. I went up to watch a game with him and his my sister and her husband and Caleb, and him and I got into quite a good little discussion about this book. He enjoyed it every bit as much as I did, and he's 20-some years younger than I am. 20, I don't know. He's a good bit younger than I am. Anyhow, any questions, comments, feedback, send them in my direction. If you like my channel, subscribe and turn on notifications. If you like the video, hit the like button. But most importantly, no matter what else you do today, make sure that today you listen to at least one really good book, and I definitely recommend Apex by Mercedes Lackey and the entire Hunter trilogy. Thank you.